Imagine waking up to a world where Nazi Germany emerged victorious in World War II. Europe is draped under Hitler's iron grip, Britain has surrendered, the Soviet Union has collapsed, and the United States never set foot on the continent to liberate it. In this alternate reality, the questions are endless. Would technology have advanced faster or slower? Would democracy survive, or would the world be shrouded in darkness? Today, we're diving into one of history's most haunting what-if scenarios, exploring how a single twist of fate could have reshaped our entire world. Let's begin by understanding what actually happened before we unravel how history might have changed. Grasp the magnitude of this alternate history, let's quickly revisit the real events. In 1939, Hitler's Germany invaded Poland, igniting World War II. Germany's military swept through much of Europe with alarming speed, but Britain stood firm and resisted. The conflict escalated as Germany invaded the Soviet Union, and Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor drew the United States into the war. After years of brutal fighting, Germany was finally defeated in 1945. But what if just one of these events had unfolded differently? The course of history could have changed dramatically, leading to a very different world. History is full of moments where everything could have changed. What if Germany had never invaded the Soviet Union in 1941, or if they had succeeded in the Battle of Britain, forcing Britain to surrender? Imagine a scenario where Germany successfully defended against the D-Day invasion, or developed advanced weapons more quickly. Even small changes in Hitler's strategic decisions could have tipped the balance. Historians still debate these possibilities, and each turning point offers a glimpse into a world that might have been. Now let's explore what life under Nazi rule in Europe could have looked like. Germany had prevailed, much of Europe would likely remain under strict authoritarian control. Political freedoms would be severely restricted, and resistance movements would continue to fight in the shadows. The Nazi regime's racial ideology would shape every aspect of policy, affecting millions of lives. While it's important to avoid sensationalism, historical evidence suggests that daily life would be marked by surveillance, fear, and limited personal freedom. The cultural and social landscape of Europe would be fundamentally altered, with generations growing up under a regime that prioritized control over liberty. But what about the rest of the world, especially the United States? Across the Atlantic, the United States would face a very different global landscape. Instead of leading a victorious alliance, America might find itself locked in a prolonged rivalry with a dominant Germany, something like a Cold War but with different stakes. Military spending would likely soar, and the familiar alliances we know today like NATO might never form. The world's balance of power would shift, with new alliances and rivalries emerge. The United States would have to navigate a world where democracy is under threat and authoritarianism is on the rise. Would the world's scientific progress look the same under Nazi rule? The space race as we know it might never happen. Nuclear technology could develop along a different timeline, and computers or the internet might emerge much later or in very different forms. Authoritarian policies often stifle innovation, especially when research is tightly controlled and dissent is not tolerated. While some technologies might advance for military purposes, the broader benefits of open scientific exchange could be lost. The world's technological landscape would likely be less connected, less creative, and more tightly regulated.